Ah, there you are, right in your chair where you belong. Good boy. I confess, I feared that you might succumb to your baser instincts and start prowling about after I left you alone. How disappointing it would have been to have to punish you after all the affection I lavished on you earlier. But don't fret, no need for that worried look. You proved you could behave even when left to your own devices, so there's no cause for disciplining you. In fact, quite the contrary. I think your good behavior merits a reward. Would you like a reward, my pet? Of course you would, and you'll have one, all in due time. But first, there are a few errands we'll have to see to. I already explained that I'd have to have you washed and dressed properly before we retire to bed. Your current attire is hardly appropriate for my servants' quarters, let alone my intimate chambers. You won't make a fuss about being washed, will you? Excellent. That's precisely what I desire to hear from you. Yes, Empress. I particularly love that little mewling, whining tone your voice takes on when you reply to me. It's so very appropriate for your station. You have the makings of an immensely promising pet, and I do not say that lightly. Follow me now. I'll show you to the baths. I've had one of my maid girls run a nice hot bath for you. I specially instructed her to pour in a generous measure of lavender bath soap. That's the source of all those pretty little bubbles you see foaming at the water's surface. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Isn't the aroma positively intoxicating? Would you believe me if I told you that I routinely have a very particular variant of lavender shipped in at great expense from one of my colonies across the vast ocean solely so that it can be distilled into this soap? Sailors risk hundreds of leagues of sea and storm just to ferry it to my palace. Imagine all that sweat and blood and salt expended simply to make your bath maximally pleasurable. Oh, pet, how sweet of you to say, but you don't have to thank me. It's only the natural order of things. My empire is a great and sprawling machine, and the single function of that machine is to serve my ambitions, my desires. Not least of those desires is that I and my pets and consorts should want for no earthly luxury. Should you prove yourself and take a more permanent place by my side, you will quickly find that there is no material expense I will spare to see the satisfaction of those I hold closest. Why, this room itself is testament enough to that. Layer on layer of marble and ivory and glittering gold filigree. It's like something out of one of those old storybooks about a pretty princess who lives in an impossibly splendid castle by the sea. I wonder, standing here now, do you feel like a princess? Oh, you look like you're thinking so very hard about how to answer that in a way I approve of. Adorable. Don't worry, pet, it's only a little joke. Is your Empress not permitted a sense of humor? In any case, please stop gawking and remove your clothes. Well, what are you waiting for? Did I not make clear that when I issue an instruction I expect... Wait. Oh, I'm sorry, darling. Shh, no need to explain. I see now by that flustered expression and those fidgeting hands what's really happening here. You don't mean to disobey me. It's just that pesky pride of yours rearing its ugly head again. Here, come closer. Lift your head up and meet my eyes. You're shy, aren't you, pet? You're too proud to disrobe in front of me. Don't be afraid, you aren't in trouble. In the long run, I'd probably be wise to train that bashfulness out of you, but I confess some part of me does find it ever so cute. And you are new, so I'll tell you what, I'll permit it, for tonight at least. Here, let me turn around and offer you your privacy for a moment. But this time, I expect you to obey. Now take off your clothes and get in your bath. Good boy. Oh no, don't shrink away from me. Don't fret, don't try to cover yourself. I promise no one can see a thing beneath all those bubbles. See, your Empress isn't such a cruel mistress, is she? I'm not unwilling to indulge your little insecurities if I must. I don't even mind so much as long as they don't keep you from playing your role. Was that a little sigh I heard just now? Low-born folk always melt at the slightest taste of luxury. It's really very endearing. Don't try to stifle it. I want to hear every little murmur you make. Close your eyes and let that warm water envelop you and sweep all your cares right off your shoulders. It looks so comfortable, I'm almost tempted to join you in there. What do they bathe in wherever you're from, I wonder? Some tin basin full of stale dishwater? Do they even bathe at all? You don't have to answer that. Raise those arms so I can begin scrubbing them. What's that look of surprise? You didn't think I'd just leave you alone to bathe yourself? Whatever put such a silly notion in your head? Let me ask you a question, and think hard before you answer. If you took a mangy stray dog into your house from out in the rain, would you leave him to bathe himself? No? Why not? Good boy. Exactly right. Because he doesn't know how to do it properly. He'd only make a mess. Now raise your arms. I'll just scrub ever so gently with this sponge. Oh, it is a pleasant sensation, isn't it? Your little purrs say more than words ever could. See, you would have splashed and thrashed around like the rough creature you are, and you don't know the first thing about using a gentle touch. But that's all right. That's why I'm here. Up and down, slow strokes. You may close your eyes again if you like. Now for your hair. Let me rub a little soap into your scalp and work up a nice lather. There. Doesn't that feel nice? Have you ever washed your hair with soap before? Do you wash it at all? Frankly, I think I can surmise the answer from the state of it. We'll have to bring my barber in to see to that sometime. But one problem at a time. Can't turn a scruffy little rat into a gentleman all in one fell swoop. It has to be done bit by bit. Every little filthy inch scrubbed squeaky clean, one at a time. What was that? What did you say? Don't lie to me. Don't ever lie to your Empress. You said something just a moment ago under your breath. Ever so softly, but I heard it all the same. What was it? I will give you one last chance to tell me of your own volition. That's what I thought you said. I obviously gave you too much credit earlier if you're still willing to talk back to me. That beastly instinct of yours was still there, just below the veneer of obedience. How disappointing. Oh, you weren't talking back to me? Listen to that desperate little wail creep back into your voice. It's like you know how great a misstep you've made and would do absolutely anything to take your words back. But it's too late. I heard quite clearly what you said. I'm not a rat. That's what you said, isn't it? Answer me. Yes, it is. You do not ever show such impertinence to me? Is that clear? Evidently it isn't. Lift your head up. Look into my eyes when I speak to you. You are whatever I say you are, and you do well to remember that before so flippantly contradicting your benefactress. Don't let the fine food in your belly and my dainty hands threading through your hair give you delusions of grandeur. You are a rat, a pathetic, dirty rat from some nameless gutter that your empress, out of the kindness of her own heart, has taken pity on and decided to take under her wing. And you repay that kindness with insolence. Ugh. Oh, does that hurt? Is it painful when I pull your hair back like that? Good. Go ahead, let those tears roll down your cheek. Cry. Whimper. Make whatever vulgar noise comes naturally to you, I don't care. You will learn your place here one way or another, and that won't always be a pleasant process. To think that I was feeling charitable enough to wash you myself instead of delegating the task to one of my maid girls, only for you to go and ruin it with all your brutish behavior. Go on and finish cleaning yourself as best as you can, you disgusting little wretch. You're hardly capable of anything resembling a thorough job, but you've exhausted my patience. I'll be waiting in my bedchamber when you're finished, then I'll decide what to do with you. Oh, hello, darling. You spent an awfully long time in the bath after I left. I was growing worried. I see you slipped into those silk nightclothes I left out for you. You look very dashing in them. I don't know how well you can see by the dim candlelight, but I procured a set for you that matches my own nightgown. Isn't that sweet? Oh no, please don't shy away. I'm not angry with you anymore, I promise. Come over here and join me, please. Here, you have my permission to lie down on my bed beside me. Shh, shh. No need for all those stammered words. I know you must be so eager to apologize, but you can calm down. It's all right. I've had time to reflect, and I realize I was much too harsh with you before. Oh, poor thing. You flinched when I reached out to touch you just now. You're afraid. Afraid I'll hurt you again. I won't hurt you, I promise. Let me just put my arms around you and bring you in close. I want to speak to you about what happened in the bath. Empress was so proud of you for behaving so well and for learning your manners so quickly, and when you made that little remark, she just lost her composure. She thought you were being a brat after all the hard work she put into helping you. But you're not a brat, are you? You're a good boy. Yes, you are. I understand now that you didn't mean to talk back and upset me, pet. You were only defending yourself from what sounded like a cruel jab. But though my anger has faded, the lesson remains. Do you know what that lesson is? I know you're frightened, darling, but please try not to stammer. It's so hard to understand you when you do. Would it help to soothe your nerves if I ran my hand through your hair? You seemed to so enjoy that before. The lesson you will need to learn is that when I tell you something, even something about yourself you don't think is true, you do not argue. Try to understand, I don't tell you these things to hurt or humiliate you. I tell them to reveal to you the disparity between what you are and what you need to become. I speak with love and always for your own good, even if my words seem cruel. Does that make sense? Oh, you're still frightened. You're trembling and you look as though you're on the verge of tears. Poor thing. Let me hold you tighter. Will that make you feel more secure? I can only imagine how you felt cowering in your bath water after I left, terrified you'd displeased me, and it was only a matter of time until I came to strip away all those pretty things I've given you and cast you back to the depths of the dungeon like a discarded toy. But I won't do that, my sweet, I promise. You're safe here with me. You'll spend the night sharing my soft, inviting bed. Let me pull the covers over you and let you get all snug and warm. Doesn't that feel cozy? Here, maybe this will help take your mind off of things. I promised you a treat for being a good boy earlier, and I haven't changed my mind about that. In fact, I think you need reassurance of my affection for you now more than ever. Turn your head and look into my eyes. My, our faces are so close together. I quite like that. I want you to kiss me. You heard me correctly. Surely you didn't think my favorite playthings spend all day lounging around nibbling on expensive fish and taking bubble baths, did you? Of course, there's plenty of that to be had, don't misunderstand me, but what I treasure most from my toys is their companionship. I want to mold you into my ideal confidant, keeper of my nightly whispered secrets, my source of comfort and affection after a strenuous day of statecraft and war and intrigue. Even, perhaps, if you prove to be a very good boy, my lover. Oh, I wish you could see your eyes right now. They're wide as saucers. From that look of shock, you'd think I'd just told you were going to be executed tomorrow morning. Fret not, pet. That's all a matter for the days to come. We need not discuss your more intimate responsibilities tonight. I promise I won't press any of that on you before you're ready. All I offer tonight is a little kiss, nothing more. I hope my embrace has calmed your nerves a bit. Here, I'll guide you. Don't worry. Just close your eyes, lean forward, and... You're a little clumsy. I don't suppose that you've had any great deal of experience. But that's no worry. You're eager to please, and that's all I need. You'll learn. Let me cup your cheek with my hand. Next time, tilt your head a bit to the side. When our lips meet, don't be afraid to press closer. You won't hurt me. And then, let my tongue slip past them. That was delicious. Good boy. Your lips are so soft and your mouth is so warm and wet and alluring. I almost couldn't bring myself to part from you. I hope you don't mind my wandering tongue. I know some find that particular technique a little strange, but I'm quite fond of it and I couldn't resist. Tell me, what does it feel like to kiss an empress? Blissful. Color me impressed. That was a perfect response. Good boy. Do you know what that word means, or did you merely pick it up from me? Oh, never mind, I don't care. You're doing so well it doesn't matter. I'm sorry that I doubted you, and I'm sorry I was so callous with you before. You just needed a little time and patience, that's all. Kiss me again. Rest your head in my arms. Let me cradle you. You are my perfect little pet, I can see that now. And you'll grow to see it too in the coming days as we train you and prepare you for all that will be required of you. You'll see that wretched little creature that arrived on my shores fade away and be replaced by something warm and soft and beautiful. A proper regal pet fit to sit at the side of an empress. But that can all wait until tomorrow. For now, just nestle close and close your eyes. Sweet dreams, darling. Hey guys, Nightmare here, back at it again with the PrinceInYellow script. So I was really flattered when the author said that he liked my fill so much that he would love if I did the second part, and so here we go, second part, and I hope you guys like it just as much as I did. Another long one, which again, I do like to sit down and hunker down and really record some long ones every once in a while, even though, you know, short is usually my style, but it's nice to have a little more breathing room with this stuff. So anyway, thank you to my patrons, David Shepard Jr., Sanser, Diambalami, Wolf Zero, Logan Dorsey, Jake Carney, and Cool Kid 558. We've gotten a couple of new people, and that's really awesome. If you would like to become one of the people who supports me on Patreon and get a little shout out, get some different content, get all this fun little stuff, check out the link below. Anything helps. If you don't want to support me that way, totally fine. Likes, comments, and subscribes mean a ton to me, and we are past the 2,500 mark. That's so fun. So if anyone would like to help me get that number up, I would be super duper pleased with that. I like big numbers. Big number, go burr, you know? You know how it is. Anyway, so I am going to get going and leave you guys with that for now. Love you all. Bye-bye.